Hello students, welcome back to lecture 10 of string handling. This is the last lecture of string handling. So today we are going to discuss some theory questions, the important questions which can come in section A. So here is the list of some of the questions. We'll discuss like how to answer them when asked in boards. So for example, the first question is, what is the difference between S in single quotes and S within double quotes? Yeah, I'm sure all of you know this answer. So basically, you will just say that the single quote, this is referring to a character, whereas this is a string constant. Character constants are enclosed within single quotes. Therefore, this is a character constant and string constants are enclosed within double quotes. So this refers to a string constant. Okay, then the second question, these are easy ones. What do you understand by string? So you can write a string refers to group of characters enclosed within double quotes, and always wherever possible, just give self-explanatory examples. You can give self-explanatory example wherever applicable. Explain the different ways of creating string. Yeah, this we have done in initial chapters. The 3 ways of creating a string we have discussed, using the string literal. Then second one was using the new keyword, and third one was using the character array. Okay, just refer back in case you have forgot. Then comes question 4. Just go through this code. The question is, a character S is assigned to a character variable CH. So this is nothing but char CH is equal to S. Okay, this is what it means. Now write a valid Java statement to convert it into its ASCII code. So if you want to get the ASCII code of this, what Java statement you will write is what been asked in the question. So if you assign this character to an integer variable, then the ASCII value of the character will be assigned to the integer variable X. And then there is another part. Now print the character with its ASCII code. So you are asked to print both the character and the ASCII code. So this you can write, we will write system.out.println. Okay, don't use shortcuts when you are writing the answers. This has to be system.out.println, and you have to display both the character and its ASCII value. Yes. So sometimes they can ask you simple Java statements. So for these type of questions, do not write the programs. You are just supposed to write the Java statements or the expressions doing the part in the question. Fine. So this will be the answer of 4th bit. Then list the syntax of all the string methods. Yeah, this is very important question. Just go through all the string functions we have done. You should know the task performed by the method, the number of arguments accepted by the method, the data type returned by the method. Okay, and also learn all the various forms like the overloaded functions in strings, like your substring, index of. These are overloaded functions, so learn all the different functions with different data types, different number of parameters involved. Okay, then comes, how does value of work? Yeah, this also we have discussed under string functions, right? So valueOf is actually it accepts arguments of different data types and converts it into a string, right? So then comes the differentiate. Here, string and string buffer. Now here the similarity between them is both of them belong to lang package. Okay, both are the classes used to create string object and are placed in java.lang. And the difference is string objects once created cannot be modified, whereas string buffer objects can be modified, right? So this much, if you remember, is enough. Basically, this only string is there in your syllabus. Just know the minimum, what all I told you about the string buffer. Okay. Then the B bit is length function, which we have done in strings, and the length property. So this length property is related to arrays, which you will be doing in next chapter. So this length function is a string function which is used to find number of characters in a given string. And you can just give one self-explanatory example. As I told you always, it is always good to give one simple example. Don't give big ones. Just take a simple string, okay, and write s dot. Just use that and display the output. Output will be 3. So if you write like this, suppose you don't know how to explain a particular function, right? Sometimes even if we write long answer, it won't give you the exact meaning. So in computer application, basically we just want to know whether you know exactly how that particular function or particular concept works. Do you know how to apply them? Okay. So whenever you have differentiate or anything of that sort, just give self-explanatory examples, simple one. So if you write this and also the output, you should also write the output. So if this is there, that means you know how length function works, you know how to apply this function, and we'll sometimes ignore the written part if your examples are correct. Okay. Yeah, so always try to give self-explanatory examples wherever applicable. Now coming to C bit, the difference asked is between equals and compareTo. The similarity is they both are string functions used for comparing two given strings. Fine. And the difference between them is, the most important difference is equals returns a Boolean value, whereas compareTo returns an integer value. So you can take two strings, S1 and S2, apply equals, write the output, apply compareTo, write the output. Okay, that will do. And you can even write like it returns 0 if S1 equal to S2, a positive value when S1 is greater than S2, a negative value when S1 is less than S2, and give one self-explanatory example with simple example along with the output. Whenever you are giving an example, make sure you write output, otherwise it won't make any sense. Then the D bit is uppercase and toUpperCase. Yes, so toUpperCase is uppercase and toUpperCase. If you see, this is uppercase is a method of character wrapper class used to check if a given character is in uppercase or not, and it returns a Boolean value, right? And toUpperCase function is present in string It's one of the string function which is used to convert a given string to an uppercase. We use it as s dot to uppercase, right? It will convert the given string s to uppercase, but it is also a method of character wrapper class which converts a given character to an uppercase, right? So you can, whatever you're giving, just give self-explanatory example. If you're giving that it is a character wrapper class method used to convert a given character to an uppercase, the return type is char. And if you give this one, the toUpperCase of string functions that convert a given string to uppercase, return type is a string. Okay. Then comes the last question. This is equal to and equals. Now, how will you write the difference between them? The difference you will write is here is equal to and equals. So the first difference is you will write that this is a relational operator which is used for comparing two given operands that returns a Boolean value, right? And here equals function is used to compare two given strings. Here the operands can be char, int, float, double, but here the operands are always string. So the first point you can mention is it is a relational operator and this is a string function. Okay, and it is used to compare two characters, integers, float or double values, whereas equals is used to compare two given strings. And then you can give a self-explanatory example, simple example. For example, 3 is equal to 2. And the output is false, right? Same way you can give one example with using equal to. Give some string and give s1 dot equals s2, the return value, true or false, depending on what string you take. Okay, so this is how you have to answer. Do not write lengthy answers. Answer to the point. Make sure what is being asked is clear. Okay, and wherever required, wherever possible, give self-explanatory examples which will make the concept very clear. Okay, so that is with respect to the theory part, and I will also give you some programs to practice. Here you can just practice these programs. There are so many programs you can practice them. This is your homework program 1 and 2. You can just try them out. Okay, 1 second. I think just a minute. The question is not completely visible, so I'll just make a. Yeah, now you can see the entire question. Here this is 1 and this is second question. See, this one is WAP to input a string to calculate the total number of capital letters and total number of consonants present in it. So here again, you can use character wrapper class functions or string functions, extracting the character, checking whether it is a vowel or consonant. So that logic, we have already done some programs of similar type. So you can try it out on your own. And the second program is little different. WAP to input a string or a sentence, convert it to uppercase and prints the original and the encrypted string. Here increasing the character by 2 positions. Now here if you observe the sample input, The meaning of the question is all the characters of the string are increased by 2 positions further. So A becomes C, D becomes F. Like that, it is getting increased by 2 positions. I think it will be easy. Only you should write the conditions again for if, using if for Y and Z. If your CH is Y, you make it A, and if it is Z, you make it B. Okay, for all other, you have to just add 2 to it and display. So if this is very easy, you can even accept the position N from the user. Those who want it to be a little more challenging, you can accept a sentence and also the position as a parameter or as an input, and increase it by plus N. So this becomes a little more challenging, but I'm sure you will enjoy doing it, those who are really interested in doing programming. Fine. So with this, we come to the end of string handling chapter. Here, last time I will again tell you, be very clear with all the string functions. You should be very comfortable using all the string functions. You should not have any kind of doubts in using of these string functions. Okay, that is first part. And the second part is the programming part. You have to practice doing them in BlueJ, first of all. And once you're perfect, once you get that basic, the confidence, and when you solve some 10-15 questions in BlueJ, also practice writing them in notebook, because at the end, your computer application paper will be offline. You have to write the programs in the book. See, first, the concept clarity is very important. Only when you have, then you can write it. So that's why first I ask my students to practice it in BlueJ. Once the concepts are clear, then, some programs, few programs also practice it in the book, writing in the book, because sometimes here in BlueJ we have a compiler, a helper, which will help you to know your errors, and you correct it, see the output and all that. But when you write it in the book, sometimes we do repeated errors. So then compare it with your BlueJ program and get to know where you're committing errors. So please practice. First, practice it doing in BlueJ. Once you become confident, then write those programs in, at least 3-4 programs. You should do it in the notebook without any kind of error. Okay. Always in notebook, write your SOPL and all those statements in the full form. Do not write in short forms. Your marks will be deducted if you do that. Okay, so keep practicing, and in case of any queries, you can post it, which will be answered. Okay, all the best, children. Please become perfect with the string handling. And next, we will start arrays, another interesting chapter. Okay, so with this, we end our string handling chapter. Thank you, everyone.